Hey guys, Scott Fishman here. They don't need any introduction, but we're here with the Street Profits.
What's going on, boss man?
How's it going, guys?
Man, it's good to see you, man.
Good. So, just talking to Bianca and with your respective spouse, I'm just, this early, we're here early in the morning, and you guys are already, turned up. You're already, this ball of energy. How exhausting is it for your respective spouses? She says you're her alarm clock. Bianca says you're her alarm clock.
Yeah, so like I'm just ready to go. Like soon as I wake up, like I usually get up like naturally. My body gets up like around maybe like 5:30 in the morning. Sometimes 4:30, and like I'm ready to go. So like, yeah, I'm kind of like her alarm clock. What
about you, Angela?
So here's the thing. Y'all think I'm up? You think we up? My 2-year-old is the one that's the real alarm clock right there in the morning. But nah, I mean, yeah, I'm just usually clouding around by this time anyway, so like it's just a proverbial clock that I have. Playing sports, you got to be up early and all that stuff, so might as well bring the juice with it.
Yeah. One thing, even in the past year, you guys, are your peak shape right now. So just talk about obviously you've always guys been shaping a WWE superstar, but I feel like in the last year or even over that, you guys have really kind of stepped up. So what's changed, or what secret can you give?
Yeah, just like always wanting to constantly get better. Like both me and Dawkins, like we always on each other every time about something, and it's not like in a bad way. It's just in a respectable way, and like we're always trying to like improve each other. Like iron sharpens iron. So like when we push each other, the better we become as a tag team and as a unit.
Yeah, honestly, I couldn't have said it any better. So I'm gonna say it like this: what he said.
Talk about just, you guys have been in WWE for a while now. Just talk about just what the feel is, a lot of changes going on with Triple H at the helm of creative, Stephanie McMahon leaving. Just talk a little bit about each of them and just what they bring to the table, what you'll kind of memories and moments and just the atmosphere of what's going on.
Like we're both so extremely grateful for like every single opportunity that this entire family has given us. And like for us having this platform to perform at this level. So no matter what happens on either end, because everyone has their things going on, but you gotta look at it this way: like they've given us this opportunity, this platform to perform at a high level. So us as WWE superstars, our best and only job should just be to give the fans exactly what they deserve, and that's the best show ever. So.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, what he said.
Talk about like presentation-wise, because like looking at you guys, you have your fresh look here, and then you have the more sporty look. So does Bianca ever go up to you and be like, "I need you to be dressed like him," or is it more like, "I wish I could dress a little bit more, relaxed"?
I'm sorry. What was that again?
Just your presentation, the fashion, and everything like that. Just does Bianca ever go up to her? Does she ever go up to you and be like, "Oh, why can't you dress like Montez? I want you to dress a little bit more like her, like him," or is it vice versa? I'm sure one day you just want to come out and just just wear some sports jerseys and things like that. And I'm sure maybe
we usually like we always call ourselves the yin and yang in this thing. And it's like we're both functioning unit, but we both have contrasting styles that mesh really well together. Like the best way to describe it is, you ever seen the hip hop group Outkast? When you got Andre 3000, who's a little bit more eccentric and more flashy, and then you got Big Boy, who's just a little bit more rugged, but like still do work. And like the best way to describe it, not saying we Outkast, but if you want to see another, cultural example, I would say Outkast. So we the yin and yang in this thing,
Yeah, I just like hoodies, fam.
representation is so big. We see so many milestones on TV. Maybe you guys certainly realize you're WWE superstars and the impact you're making. But talk about from a representation standpoint, just what you mean when you go to these events and you see people like little kids growing up. You mentioned having a 2-year-old. You have children. Just the impact that you guys are making. When you see these milestones in entertainment business, a lot of times WWE doesn't get the credit that it deserves for what it's bringing in form of diversity and strong characters and bringing those real life superheroes to life. So talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's really cool because now like we have these young kids, because like we watch comics and cartoons growing up, and we saw our superheroes. So it's cool that now we're in this position with the WWE to go to these communities, these places, and these kids look at us the same way they look at us as the Avengers. So it's really cool, and it's us. So it's a very blessed opportunity, position, and it's something that we take highly advantage of. So like you said, representation is important. Always doing what we're supposed to do. Being safe, being respectful, and just moving forward and being positive. Not really giving too much into the negativity. You can always give energy to negativity, but why? You can always put that energy to doing something positive. So that's what we try to do, and I'm glad we're examples for these communities and everyone for that reason.
Yeah, I mean, shoot. What he said. Nah, I'm joking. Nah, I mean, it's pretty cool, man. Just being looked at as like a superhero kind of in a way. We go out there and do some extraordinary things, so like they see us bigger than life superstars. I mean, that's how I looked at guys like Ken Griffey Jr., LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? I got the Griffeys on right now because like I'm a big Ken Griffey guy. You know what I'm saying? He's from Cincy. I'm from Cincy. Barry Larkin, guys like that. And how I looked at them as being larger than life superstars and like being these like heroes. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking they could fly over buildings and all that stuff. But then now, like, have kids look at us in that same light it's unreal, honestly. Like, when you think about it, it's, like, pretty crazy to, like, know that you're making that big of an impact.
What's great about WWE tag teams is there are times when, these opposite performers come together and it just works. Like, one day, maybe you guys were paired together. So if you guys, knowing people in the locker room, knowing WWE superstars, if you could pick two singles wrestlers that you think would be a good tag team that we maybe haven't seen, like maybe their personalities you think would mesh well or anything, who do you think that would be?
Gosh, there's so much talent back there, man. If you got one off rip, there's so much. Let me give me a second. I think.
Man.
Because I mean, obviously it takes a good tag team wrestler to be a good singles wrestler, vice versa, things like that. But it's very unique to be able to mesh well. I mean, we've seen RK Bro come together.
Right.
We've seen Otis and Chad. I mean, they had a background together, but maybe there's ones that aren't getting opportunity right now. They're like, if they paired together, I think that would work.
Ali and Cedric.
Yeah, I was gonna say Cedric and Ricochet.
Oh, that too.
Yeah. Cedric and Ricochet.
All right.
That's really well together.
You mentioned Cedric. Talk about just a lot of people talking about MVP and maybe what he's going to be doing, maybe free-forming prior faction, and maybe even having you guys involved in it. So talk about that and just maybe what MVP has meant to you guys, and also is that something that you would be a part of?
I mean, P's one of the OGs in the game, so like he's always like, even when we first came up to Raw, he was like coming back at that point in time. So like he was always like pulling us aside and giving us advice. But as far as the Hurt Business 2.0 or Hurt Business whatever, Hurt Business featuring your mama and them and all them, nah, man. Hurt Business is his own thing. You know what I'm saying?
Got it.
We are our own thing, so. You know what I'm saying? We the street profits. You know what I'm saying? The Hurt Business, they got their own deal. They be rocking suits and all that, and that's cool. Me, I like the hoodies, fam.
When you guys are on the road so much, do you guys have a show that you like to binge watch? Or what's something that people would be surprised to find out that you guys watch?
I love Rick and Morty. I'm a huge fan of Rick and Morty. Like, just like the show, I love the show Rick and Morty. I think, like, there's just so much stuff that happens in the show, and it's cool. It keeps me interested. But I watch that. I watch a whole lot of my wife's shows too, though. So she watches Sisters and a lot of BET Plus shows. So we watch a lot of her shows together. It's like our time of like, bonding and everything. But if it's something I'm watching off rip, it'd probably be Rick and Morty.
Off rip? We talking real talk? We talking about One Piece, a.k.a. Goat Piece, the best anime of all time, the best cartoon of all time, all right? Who you know? Still running the game since 1999 and still coming out with new episodes like it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? One Piece, Goat Piece, we are One Piece, all right? Monkey D. Luffy, you know what I'm saying? Trafalgar D. Law, you know what I'm saying? Shanks, Zoro, Sanji.
You know your stuff.
Oh, yeah, you know.
All right, thank you guys so much for the time. Can you do a quick